Man, the sound of pads popping at a football game is such a staple in the sport. We see players pop up from some absolutely vicious hits, something that I can promise you that I definitely don't miss from my old football playing days. The reason that it's all possible is because of innovations in safety when it comes to the protective equipment such as shoulder pads and football helmets. ProGear is one of the biggest names in that industry that you may not have even heard of. Top programs on all levels have their football pads assembled right here in Jacksonville. We took a tour of the facility and the extensive process to protect our players.
It's the hidden part of the uniform. It's a big reason you can hear the hits in football. Did you know a lot of the shoulder pads used in the NFL and college are made in Jacksonville?
Thanks for coming to ProGear. This is our new facility here in Jacksonville. We're very excited about, and this facility here is about 12,000 square feet, and this is where we make all our custom shoulder pads. So come on with me, I'm gonna give you a tour.
Greg Mazza has been doing this for decades.
So we got Obi Johnson here. Obi Johnson is our operations manager here at ProGear, and he's gonna show you. So when I go out and I measure guys, what I do is I go in, I measure them to their specs, and just for instance, if you're a quarterback, we're going to go ahead and click out a pad for the quarterback, and if he's size medium, we'll go ahead and click that out, then we take it and we put it over here, and we start gluing the top redundant.
So a shoulder pad starts with a piece of foam.
Piece of foam, air management foam. This has been in the industry now for about 30 years, and this is something we'll never go away with. So what Obi's going to do here, he'll take it over here. He'll actually give what we call is our top redundant, and put our top redundant on here and glue it on the top. This is your hitting area in this here, and this is where we protect the shoulder in this area. It's a process, and you got about 5 to 6 steps to make a custom shoulder pad.
Actually, this earlier, you do how many a day?
We could do up to 25 custom pads a day. We get to our second step. This is where all our colors are right here, so it depends on the team's colors. And we'll come in here, and Jessica, can you come here for a minute? Say it's black. Can you pull black out and just go ahead and she'll rip it out? And usually she'll have a tote here of about 20 to 30 pair of pads. And depends on the sizes, she will cut it out, and we'll do the back and the front. And what she'll do is she'll take that and lay that over there, and she'll measure it out. Okay, she's good. She'll lay that over like that. And she'll bring this in here, she'll take it in here, and we'll go in here to the ironing room.
This is the most tedious part of a custom pad.
This is O'Dally, and O'Dally's been with us about 15 years, a long time, and she's one of the best, there's no doubt. And she will sit here. Every custom pad gets ironed. What she's doing now, she's ironing the top redundant, and you can watch her here just for a few seconds and how long it really takes to do this. You got to make sure you get all the bubbles and everything completely out. When you do customs, everything's got to be done by hand. You know, nowadays with everything, cars and everything like that, you have factories and robots and everything like that doing it. Now, you know, we're old-fashioned. And this is a high school Trinity Catholic over in Ocala, Coach John Brantley's team. This is the next step here. She's putting the bias on it. And they're a forest green with the gold trim. And this is what we're known for too, is what we call our performance stitch. And that allows that pad to sit nice and low. And these will be the finishing touches. This is the finishing touch of Trinity Catholic's pad there. From everything there from top to bottom.
That piece of foam turned into that.
That's exactly right. And this area over here, as you will see, the plastic and everything we have here comes in all kind of different pieces. So we're going to have Obi go ahead, and when you do a neck vinyl at the top, you got to have the neck vinyl. We're going to have Obi go ahead and sew one of those on for y'all too, to show y'all what that looks like. So it goes back again to process. I mean, everything takes a little time to do this on the custom side.
The shoulder pad has evolved over the years.
So the pad comes in all different parts, from arches, sub-arches, shells, and everything, and buckles and belts. This is a pad completely put together. What we're known for, too, is our swivel buckles and belts, where the back swivels and the front swivels, too. And this is something here that guys really like a lot. We started this probably about 3 years ago.
It's a combination of comfort and safety.
Usually about 4 or 5 people touch the pad before it leaves. It's all about quality control. So once it leaves, it's ready to go.
This is not the busy time at Pro Gear. That takes place in late spring, and it's not just new pads.
We're going to refurbish them here, and what I mean by that is sanitize them, pull the cushions out, make sure there's no rip in the cushions or anything like that. Make sure all the epaulets and cups and buckles and belts all look good. Check the grommets out, make sure everything's good to go. We're really known for the reconditioning. We do probably up to 2,500 pads a year in reconditioning.
How long will a shoulder pad last? How long should it last?
It should last up to about 10 to 12 years.
The players care about every piece of equipment. Remember Leonard Fournette? He still wears his college pads in the NFL.
Good, baby. Let's go. Let's have a day.
Here in Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence made the switch to Pro Gear last year, mostly because of new technology.
When we designed this pad, we wanted to make sure the shoulders could move. So if you look at this pad and you look at the back of it, you see how everything kind of rotates. And the only way it's really going to rotate is having that tight jersey on. So what that's going to do is that's going to allow that quarterback, when he's in position and rolling out, it's going to make, when he makes that turn. And when he makes that turn, the pad is actually going to buckle around and move to give you more of a rotation. And the same thing for receivers. Receivers, when you're here and you're going out and you catch the ball, what this is going to allow you to do is make this left arm give a little bit. And it's going to give you a little bit more extension here. And that pro motion gives you a couple more inches to stretch out. And that's made a big difference.
Tua in Miami, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and many others across the NFL wear them too. Plus many of the Florida Gators, Georgia Bulldogs, Michigan Wolverines, and many college teams. Next up for Pro Gear, the youth market.
This is where, they need help is in the grassroots. So we designed a couple pair of pads for the high schools. This is what we call our standard pad. We cover all the basics now, from the top, from the NFL, all the way down to Pop Warner.
So the next time you hear the pads popping in a football game, there's a good chance it was made or distributed right here in Jacksonville.
Action Sports Jax Primetime, Saturday at 10:30 on Fox 30.